Tyson, little Mike Tyson, Royce Gracie. We got the bases covered.
Yeah.
We got Scott Sonnen, the Tackfoot founder, right? Mike Tyson, Jeff Glover, Andy, Coach Andy.
Yes.
Royce Gracie.
Alberto Crane.
There we go.
Yes.
And Jose Guzman now.
Yes.
Finally.
Yeah. Happy to be here.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for
finally.
making the time. And
Anytime. It's awesome.
are you from LA originally?
No, I'm originally from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah. I came here when I was 15 years old.
15 years old.
Yeah, turned 16. Like 2 months shy of 16, I made it.
Wow.
After many tries.
Wow.
Sure, I
Wow.
made it. And I just never went back. I stay here.
What made you? What was the?
I was so young. I was like a little on the crazy side.
Talking to the microphone.
I was a little on the crazy side, and I was just doing my thing, you know, like
Yeah.
not thinking about anything, just like living a crazy life. And so I eventually just, you know, I got on the right track, and then find jiu-jitsu. Yeah.
But you started jiu-jitsu down there?
No, I started here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what brought you to you? Did you come straight to LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I came to South Central.
Wow. Okay.
That's the first city.
What brought you to the U.S.?
A friend of mine asked me, "Hey, you want to go up north?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not?"
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were young. We were not thinking.
So your parents weren't here or
No,
nobody?
no,
family, nothing. Wow, man.
No,
You're
I
a
was.
warrior, huh?
Yeah, I was like, no, not warrior. Like stupid. I was like not thinking. Like, okay, what are you gonna do now?
Mm.
You wanna go over there? Oh, sure. Not even thinking how dangerous could be.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do over there? How am I gonna survive? Make money.
So how did you guys get into the country?
Like a lot of people do, jump the fences. Jump the fences, go underneath bridges, in the trunk of a car. Yeah, the whole deal. Like,
wow.
people don't think about that, but that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Crawling. I tried several times. Got sent back a few times. And then eventually made it by crawling like a mile, jumping a few fences, then getting into a trunk of a car to deeper in the city,
Wow.
then switching another car till we made it to LA.
Wow.
I know it's gonna be like crazy, like people are gonna be like, what?
I mean, man, have you seen Francis Ngannou, the former UFC champion, his story?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, like he became the UFC champ. Like
Yes.
he went out. He had one. Like they never let anybody fight for the UFC title without, you know, having a contract, being under contract.
Yes.
And he's like, no, I want more money. And so they kind of set him up to lose, but then he ended up winning his last fight
Yes.
to set up his contract negotiations. And yeah. So anyway, I just started to study, like look, you know, pay attention to him and his story.
Yes.
And then of course he started fighting boxing, right?
Yes.
And then you know, had a really good fight with Tyson Fury and
Yes.
made a lot of money, right?
Yes.
But man, he crossed the Sahara. He was from, I think, Cameroon, right? Cameroon, middle of Africa, crossing through Nigeria, crossed the Sahara, like, you know, there's no water. It's like, you know, barely surviving, right? And then walked from across Morocco to you know, to there's like a little area that's Spain inside of Morocco, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so he had to like jump, you know, he kept trying to cross the wall, whatever, and then they kept catching him and sending him back to the Sahara, and he had to walk across Morocco again. Anyway, that's just,
I think
just
people
different
have
level,
been.
you know?
I think people have been migrating for
No, but just like, just
Yeah,
like
no
what
time.
people go
what
through,
people
right?
go through to go to a better life.
Yeah, better life. Yeah.
You know, in my case, I wasn't even thinking about that, but that's what I got in return.
Yeah.
Happy to be here. I wouldn't change anything. I made it my own way.
Yeah. So what was the first time you came?
I was the first time.
Yeah. How did you come in? What was
The first time.
story?
No. I did that. I
You did.
crawled.
Oh, it was a bunch of different ways.
Yeah, many different ways. I tried 4 different ways.
Oh, and they kept catching you.
They kept catching me. On the 5th try, I made it. First time, walking all night. Got to a ravine, and the border patrol was there,
Yeah.
waiting for us. He spoke to us in Spanish. We thought it was a guy just like us trying to cross. And hey, be careful. There's migra over there, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. And we're like, yeah. And then we just click. Oh, we're handcuffed already before we knew. The second time, it was the same thing, walking all night, got into a Suburban, being chased by highway patrol first, and smoke coming out of the tires because we were like sardines in the Suburban, like 20 people into a SUV,
Wow.
like just dragging the
Wow.
tires, smoke,
Yeah.
highway patrol, get out, handcuff. Third time, I think it went. They sort by the beach on the like. There's a few ranches. They call it Nido de Águila. I think that's what that area, right? So, jump the fence again. High in a ravine, the helicopter before we knew was on top of us. Lit us up. Got detained, sent to the office, paperwork, fingerprint. Okay, you're gonna go back, send you back. And we're like stupid. We're like, you know what? We should go back and try it at the same spot. Maybe we can make it now. They're busy doing paperwork.
Yeah.
Like, no. We went back, tried at the same spot, same thing. Before we knew
They had you already.
they had me. Yeah.
But the 5th time.
The 5th time I did it, I crawled on my knees through like dirt, weeds, go underneath a bridge, cross a little bit the river, not deep. It was just like dry river. Jump a fence, got into an apartment, slept the night there. Then we got picked up, put in the trunk, drive probably, I would say about a mile or two in.
Okay.
Slept in a garage, got Kentucky Fried Chicken, the best smell ever, because we were so hungry. Then got picked up like early 3 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
By in a nice car, driving the front seat. They say, comb your hair, get some water, comb your hair, look presentable.
Comb your hair, yeah.
And
Wow.
we made it.
Yeah.
We made it to like, I would.
What year was that?
Late 90s, I would say 95, 96,
Wow.
something like that. Yeah,
I graduated.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
not thinking, not the best. I wasn't the best decision maker in my youth. I was just living, like recklessly, not thinking, just not worrying. When you're so young, you have less fear. I think as we get older, we're like more like, oh, I'm not gonna do that anymore. Yeah,
You learn your lessons, right?
yeah, some hard lessons. Yeah,
And you ended up in LA, and then yeah.
and ended up in LA, and then I lived a hard life for a little bit. Got, like I say, got on the right track. Started working, but like idle hands leads you to doing stuff like you shouldn't be doing. So I was like, I have nothing better to do, So I was watching UFC, just like a lot of your guests say, oh, I was watching UFC. And then I say, oh, I want to learn how to do that. So that's what happened to me. I was watching UFC when it was on Spike TV. I was like,
Those were the days.
those were the days.
Those are the best days.
It was a very bad car, but it was the best knockout I ever seen in my life. It was like a movie knockout.
What was the fight?
It was James Irvin, the Sandman Irvin from Sacramento. And first round, he got taken down and controlled on the ground by a superior wrestler. I forget his name, but great guy too, right?
Yeah.
Good
fight.
wrestler. Huge, short, stocky wrestler, right? Took Sandman, Muay Thai guy, down, control him on the ground. Second round, as they came out, Sandman flew through the air, flying knee, knocked him out. Stiff. I was like, wow, I need to learn how to do that. So I found myself a gym. And I went to Cedar Town.
Cedar Town.
Yeah, Cedar Town.
Okay.
That's the first gym. I drove around
Crew Walter.
with Krug Walter. Yeah,
Okay.
I drove around looking for a gym. So I said it was either Jiu-Jitsu or Muay Thai. Not a lot of gyms, or not in my area, Pasadena, right? Will have both of them at the same time. They were either Muay Thai gyms or Jiu-Jitsu gyms, right? So I went to a Jiu-Jitsu gym first. It was closed. So I said, okay, I know there's another one down the street, so I'm going to go back to the other one, right? Closer to the house. So it was two gyms in that location. It was Cedar Town and next door Five Factory. Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
Right?
Was
They were-
Vander Braga there at the time?
It wasn't Wander
Before
Braga.
that.
It was Federico Sabatini
Oh, okay.
already.
Yeah.
It was owned by Cosio, Kevin.
Yeah.
Cosio. I know.
I remember
he's-
that. I
Yeah,
remember the fight. Yeah.
yeah, Five Factory. It was right next door to Siratan, but I couldn't really afford both of them. I couldn't afford the membership for both of them. So just by luck, I
Yeah.
say, okay, the team at the team,
Yeah.
by luck, I say, okay, Muay Thai it is. So I didn't even know what Muay Thai was. So I was like, okay, I'm new. I want to sign up. And oh my God, it was hard. It was so hot in there.
What year was that?
2008, I think.
Yeah, so I was there, already, right?
Yeah.
I was training there.
Yeah, but you say that you train in the morning, right? I train at night, and I will come in the evening. It was so hot.
Coach Andy was there, right?
Coach
He would help a lot. He would
a
teach
few
the
of
night
them,
classes.
were there still. Yeah, they were still there. They were teaching at other places too, but they will come back to Siratan and teach a few classes there as well. Yeah, but it was a great experience to start at that gym because it was like really hard. Like they push you, they kick your butt, like knee pad you on the stomach, and you're like, oh my God, make you run, And I really enjoyed my time there, but I knew I wanted to do MMA. So eventually my brother told me, oh, there's an MMA gym down the street from my house in Monrovia. So I said, okay, I go look at it. So I went there, and as soon as I got there, the first person I saw outside was Larry Landless. So he was actually teaching there, like some.
What was the name of his gym? Was that wasn't Five Factory?
No, it wasn't Five Factory. There's another Five Factory.
Right.
There used to be like in Highland Park area.
Right.
Owned by a different person.
Right.
But that one was called Ring of Fire.
Ring of Fire.
And it was owned by.
I remember that. Yeah, they used to do events too.
Yes,
MMA events.
That's how I fought. Like after a month of training, they're like, "Hey, you want to fight? We should fight. You should fight. You do good. Yeah." Like everybody says that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
just do it.
And that's how it was in the back in the day when I started doing jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai, right? Hey, you fight, you training like for a fight, might as well just fight.
Yeah.
So I truly enjoyed my time doing MMA. It was the best experience of my life. It made me grow as a person. It made me like if I could take that, I could overcome anything, right? So I enjoy it.
Made you a better person.
Made me a better person, yeah. But it was, School of Hard Knocks still. It wasn't as today where you sign up and they nice to you and then they pamper you. Not pamper you, but we're more careful the way that we treat the students.
Yeah.
Yeah, before it was a little bit more like, you better toughen up.
Hardcore, yeah.
I got taken down one time on a body lock. I could not walk up. Like, I couldn't get up. I got hurt. I couldn't walk. They like roll over. You're on the way. We're sparring.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So I just roll myself over out of the mat, and I went home, couldn't walk for like 3 days. I'm like, oh, I really hurt myself, right? And then I started walking. I was back in school and at the gym like the next week. I was like, I'm ready for more. I want to learn. And so it toughened me up for sure. And I think I needed that. I needed that in my life. I needed the structure of martial arts, of jiu-jitsu, of MMA, the discipline that to prepare yourself for something,
Go through your hardship and
Yes.
persevere
persevere.
and keep showing up.
I
keep
needed
showing up,
that.
right?
I needed that in my life.
Being able, barely able to walk and then
Yes.
coming back after that.
Yes, I needed that in my life. So I'm truly grateful for the time I spent there. Eventually, obviously, I started kind of late. By 28, right? I was already older. By 35, I was a little bit like starting to show signs that this is not gonna be for long term. So when I met my jiu-jitsu coach, and he left to open his own school, I follow him. I decided, I wanna eventually get a black belt. They say don't chase belts, but at the same time, I think that was one of my goals, and it's good to have goals.
Yeah.
You chase it, right? If it's a belt that you're looking for, I think you should accomplish, set that goal and stick to it. And I did. I follow him. He opened a gym down the street. I follow him. I stay with him for like 10 years. Yeah, until I got my black belt, all the way from white belt to black. Yeah, it was a good experience for me.
Yeah.
Coming up in a gym.
We did a couple podcasts with his professor,
Yes,
right?
yes.
A junior, Matt, he got his white and red belt, right?
Yes. So he's my professor's professor.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So he's like my great grandfather.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great grandfather.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. That's right. That's right. That's
my
right.
great grandfather.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. He's Baldomino, Maximilian, Federico, and then me.
Yeah, I'm friends with a few of the guys actually from the team.
Yes.
Who was his professor? Max.
Maximilian.
Yeah. The Ghazi.
Gazi is
And then
Huntington Beach.
yeah,
Yes.
Paulo Ghazi.
Yes.
And then who's the other one? Portuguese. I think he's down there too. in Orange County.
Yes. I just saw him too at the international.
Yeah.
He was there.
Yeah.
Like,
There's another guy too from Australia. He's the smaller Portuguese.
oh
Carlos
that's right.
Vieira,
There's
yeah.
two Portuguese.
Yeah. Yeah, but good jiu-jitsu. Really good
they're
jiu-jitsu.
great. Good. Yeah, I was really lucky. I found Compañía Paulista in
Yeah.
Monrovia.
Yeah.
Like I say,
Good lineage, good
yes,
jiu-jitsu.
yes.
Good people.
Like I will come visit Joy, especially after he closed his school and moved to you. I came to visit Joy, because he's
Joy
a great-
Alvarado.
Joy Alvarado,
Yeah.
yes. So I'm like, and he will always say, "Oh, this guy, he comes from a good school." I'm like, really? I mean, yeah, my school. I love my school, right? And I know it come, but he really always say, "You come from a good school." And he always made me feel welcome, and that's why I visited. I had Rene Navarro here to visit, so I will come visit them. Yeah.
Yeah, say that again.
Rene Navarro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was here starting.
Rene, yeah.
Yeah,
Rene
Rene,
Navarro.
Yeah. He was here, and
Yeah.
like, okay, awesome. So I will come and visit your academy, for them, to connect with them. Spend time with them on the mat.
Yeah. And the years go by.
And the years go by, yeah. Eventually, Rene Navarro he said one time, "Oh, I don't think I'm gonna get my black belt." And when he was a blue belt, barely, I'm like, "Yeah, you be a black belt one day."
Yeah.
You just have to stick with it. Anybody can be a black belt. You just have to spend time, go to the gym, spend time on the mat.
Yeah.
be under somebody, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dedication,
Yeah.
dedication. That's it.
Dad, father now, Renee, after a lot of, we come from East LA, right? Drive all the way over here.
Yes.
No,
yes.
you guys everybody's so busy, right? But making the time, right?
Yes.
To invest in yourself.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And now he's teaching. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy how the years go by, and like even myself, like I was not teaching. I was I've been even at Black Belt. I've been a student, right? I'm still a student, right?
We all are.
But now I'm teaching, and I was like, oh my God, that's another like a step above, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I need to grow even more
Yeah.
because now I'm responsible for somebody, I wanted to have a good experience. I wanted to learn. I wanted to feel comfortable in whatever I'm sharing with them and teaching them, So yeah, I'm like,
you were
excited.
you were at you were in the original gym, and then Professor Joey started inviting you, and started coming here. What do you think? What do you think makes us special here at Legacy? Just from because you've been around to a lot of different gyms.
A lot of
You're
gyms,
friends with like
yes,
everybody.
Yes, it's a deeper community here for sure. It's like a sense like everybody's here for each other, and I think that's what is lacking at some other gyms where they don't have as much of that, Here they're always open to have a talk with you. They're great examples of how a person should be here, So you can learn more than jiu-jitsu here, and that's what is great about this place.
Yeah.
We have a good community of like responsible adults, like that want the best for everybody.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So we try to do, right?
Yeah.
And spread that.
It's amazing how many people come through the doors and stay, because they can see the value in this place. A lot of us come from other schools too. That eventually life happens and you move to a different place, and then you move to a different school. To find a home when you come from a different place is awesome to see.
Yeah.
Some of my friends here, they come from different schools as well, and I could see that they're happy to be here. That they find their second, a home away from their home. Yeah. It's always cool to see that.
Yeah.
And I'm in Pasadena.
Shout out to Legacy Pasadena.
Legacy Pasadena.
City of Roses.
Zero Roses. Back to where more or less where I started, right? Down the street from Zero Town.
Yeah.
Well, the original location of Zero Town, right?
That I used to train at too.
Used to train at, and then
in those years.
Yes. It holds a good place in my heart, that place, because I used to go to, when it was a Gracie Baja, for open mat on Friday nights.
There we go.
And they will turn the heat on, and the professor at that time, he will just like punish us, like go again, harder. Don't let him do that to you. Come on, you have to push yourself. Growing pains, like that, it toughens you up, and where you were almost like passing out. I'm sure a few people pass out. Either for chokes or like you said, Sachin, like.
I didn't know you had trained there too.
Yeah, I trained there. Like because I will visit my friends from other schools. I always love open mats. I think open mats, go visit other schools. You get to learn a little bit different things. It opens up your world per se. And so I will try to go to an open mat on Friday nights. Anywhere, right? Rodrigo Techera over like in Glendora, West Covina area.
Is he there or is he in Thousand Oaks?
He's no
was
longer
at
there.
India.
He's
He
back
was
in
in
Brazil. He was in India. He was in
India, right?
Brazil. He's in India. I don't know where he is, but he's somewhere.
Got it,
Yeah,
got it.
he's still doing jiu-jitsu, still
Yeah.
teaching jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But he used to have a school over there.
My friend Renato Migliaccio.
Yes.
He's like a high Gracie black belt. He's a really close friend of mine. He has a gym in Glendora.
Yes. I'll go to.
Judo
I've
black
been
belt, jiu-jitsu black belt fighter too.
I've been to so many gyms and I have great experience. Everybody's so welcoming. That's the good thing about jiu-jitsu, right? Like you go anywhere and you bring your gi and
Yeah.
you get to train.
Yeah. How many fights did you do?
I got like 12.
Wow,
Like
okay.
a couple of Muay Thai,
Okay,
kickboxing,
gotcha.
amateur,
Yeah.
with
Sure, some year you got to
yeah.
put some years into it. Yeah.
Uh,
Preparing for fights and cutting
yeah.
weight and
yeah.
the whole thing.
I never cut weight.
Okay.
Because it was smokers pretty much what I
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I was never a professional. It was just like, hey,
yeah,
you want to
amateur,
fight?
yeah.
Amateur. It was
Because like just a lot of people don't know, they didn't have, it was smokers before they had Camo.
before Camo.
Camo
yeah.
was like the amateur MMA
Yeah,
kind
it
of
was-
organization.
it-
And so Ring of Fire was like one of the only places actually that you could get like these MMA smokers and
we
Muay Thai
had
smokers.
shows. We had shows, and
Right.
and we will have the gyms come over with their guys and then pair us up to
Yeah,
fight.
that's it,
Hey, you
yeah.
want to fight this guy from that gym? And then how much you weigh? Okay, close enough. How long you been training? Oh, close enough. You'll be okay. It was a great time. It was a great
Yeah,
time. I'm
yeah.
sure a lot of people that experienced that, they had a great time.
Very real, right? Authentic. Like there's no bullshit. It is what it is.
Yes. At the very beginning, when I started MMA, I would like train to go to train. It will like I will get sick to my stomach because it was so hard to go train. But that feeling that you get once you prepare and you go to the fight and you're ready to fight, and then
That's
maybe you
interesting.
win.
That's interesting. You say that. I'm gonna keep. Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you. Keep going.
You win, you feel amazing, right? When you win, you feel amazing. Not so much when you lose, but
Even so, looking back at it now, you're like, man, those are the best years.
yes,
Those are the
they,
best
they were
times. Best
great
times.
years. I recommend it to anybody. Like they always see this MMA like a monster. Like, oh my God, it's so hard because they see it on TV. Yeah, that's top level. Yeah, I'm sure, but they took years of preparation to get there.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like a day, a week. We're talking years, decades. Some of these guys, they spend time doing a sport
Right.
and eventually move on to
Like wrestling or even
Yes.
jiu-jitsu or
Jiu-jitsu, right?
boxing,
Yeah.
growing up,
Yeah.
boxing, who knows?
yes, they do. So it's decades of preparation to get to that UFC fight.
Mm-hmm.
So not everybody's gonna go straight there.
Yeah.
It's very rare when you see those
You
guys.
said something that was very interesting, right? Is like you felt sick going to the practices
Yes.
because you were so nervous. It's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable, but you still went.
You still, you still go, right? You have to go. You had
And I
that.
think that's what it comes down to at the end of the day, right?
Yes.
Like there's voices, you're like, don't go. Like even for like working out, right? Training, like whatever it is.
Even to this day, right? Like we're always like, like
But then you always feel there's
You
not a day
always
you don't
feel.
feel like, man, I shouldn't have gone.
yes.
After you're done, you're like,
After you're done, yeah. Even last night, I was talking to Professor Dennis at Pasadena,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, I didn't feel like coming, but you got here, and that's the most important
yeah.
part, right? Like just getting there, getting your training done.
yeah,
It's gonna be hard, yeah, maybe because we all have jobs,
yeah,
family, this or that,
Responsibilities,
right?
yeah.
Responsibilities, right? All of us have that. But just going to jiu-jitsu, you always say that when we get to jiu-jitsu, we live in the present. And we don't do that. We're always worrying about like, oh, the job tomorrow, what's gonna happen with this, or next week is this, or oh my God. We're always thinking about the future, right?
yeah.
So for jiu-jitsu to bring us to the present always is
Grounds us, right?
it grounds us. It's like you're there.
and gives us a better future because of it.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of those
yeah.
few moments, right?
Yeah, I highly recommend anybody that is feeling like, oh, I don't feel like training today. You just go. You go. You might learn more that day than any other day.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
have to be like, oh, that I'm only gonna train the days I feel like it. You just go the days even that you don't feel like it.
Right.
Uh,
Just show up.
you show up. It's it's really cool to see the students come in and learn something, and then they hit their first armbar or their first sweep, and they're like, "Oh, it's clicking! I finally got
I don't know if
something."
you saw Valentino today.
Uh-huh.
He was so excited because we did that north-south, like a north-south choke, and
Yes.
it's like with details.
Yes.
And he's just like he's so strong. So he's been and another thing from side control, another like kind of control choke position,
Yes.
and he like tapped everybody out with it today, and like everybody he would train with.
Yeah, it just clicks.
Yeah,
You know?
and he's like,
And
man,
you-
I've been doing it wrong for 20 years,
so it's really yeah.
and you never know until you just show up, right, and just do the work.
I came to your school thinking that I know how to break grips, and then I mentioned this to other black belts. I never knew how to break the grip like this, and I learned it here, right? So we're always learning something.
Yeah,
There's so much jiu-jitsu to learn, and it's endless. The combinations that we can create doing
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu is
Yeah.
very free form, freestyle. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. So I'm very happy to used to be at your school and be part of like the teaching staff in Pasadena. It's making me grow. It's one of those things that like when I used to fight and prepare. I'm preparing now to even teach. I'm like, oh, I need to get better at teaching now. Like
what can I do better? How can I make this
yes,
better
yes.
experience?
I'm like, I'm not a good reader, so I'm not a good reader. I don't have that in me to pick up a book and read. So with the technology nowadays with audiobooks,
Audiobooks, yeah.
So
Yeah, it's the same thing, right?
it's
But
the same thing. I just have to like, okay, be mindful, like hearing what they're saying, and that's helping me get some knowledge from jiu-jitsu practitioners that have written books about like jiu-jitsu and how to be a better coach. So
love it. Studying to be a better teacher.
I have to because I feel responsible now, and it's just pushing me to be better. Yeah,
That's what it's about right
bottom
there.
line, yes.
It's not how much you know; it's how much you care.
Yes, and I know that when you first told me about the position, right? You say we need somebody like to mentor these guys. I'm all into it.
Yeah.
Because I needed a mentor, and I had several when I came up like through jiu-jitsu, right? So I know the need. I needed that. My dad wasn't around that much, and that's what led me out of control in my life.
Yeah.
And then eventually, jiu-jitsu gave me those father figures,
Yeah.
and I know how
Same
important
for
that
me,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, I know how important that is. So I'm like, yeah, I'm all for it. I'm not gonna be their dad, but I'm just know that
Jiu-jitsu
like,
dad.
yeah, the mentorship, it
Yeah,
has to
yeah.
be there. I'm not the best at it. Sometimes I feel like I shouldn't have said that. Like I wanted to grow, not to feel like I suck at jiu-jitsu. But sometimes we had to tell them the uncomfortable things. You have to train more.
Yeah.
Bottom line, how many times you train? 2 times a week. Your progress is not gonna be there as much as the guy that is training every day.
It depends on the person, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
for some people maybe twice a week is okay
Yeah.
because they
Yes.
learn so fast and they
Yes.
pick up whatever. But some people you have to be real with them, right? Sometimes it's not easy.
Yeah, myself, I don't think if I would have went just twice a week, I would have achieved what like I did, right? All the knowledge,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be like good for me. Going every day, like every day. I will train every day, Monday through Friday, Saturdays and Sundays. Whenever I can.
Yeah.
Rarely took a day off. I'll go open mats on Saturdays and Sundays, Friday nights. You just train all the time, all the time. It's it's addictive. Jiu-jitsu is very addictive, but it's just like you could do it every day.
Yeah, in a positive way.
Yes, yes. And
What do you think of our cooldowns
I-
after jiu-jitsu?
uh,
That
we,
new class.
we didn't have that. We didn't have that when I was coming up.
Yeah.
It's like pretty much you done, and that's
Yeah.
it. You go
Yeah.
home, shower, please
I
shower.
wish I would have had it. I wish I would have had it.
Yes, yes. You talk about that recovery all the time, right? And we didn't have that. That's why jiu-jitsu is a little bit different now, right? Like, guys, be careful, with your bodies. Be mindful of you resting. Like I tell the
And how are you recovering? What are you doing to recover?
what are you doing to recover is very important. You train every day, but at the same time, you need to rest. If your body is like asking you, "Hey, give me a break," you stay home. Okay, yeah, but you sleeping, eating, drinking water, things that since we don't do,
Right.
you have to do it. You have to do it. It's part of that dedication that you have to
Yeah.
give to
Your
jiu-jitsu.
diet, how are you eating?
eat,
Because
yes.
that's going to help your recovery.
Yes, yes,
Are you getting enough sleep? Are you resting enough?
yes, yes. Breathing. On my way to school, you breathe. You breathe.
Just being aware of your breath.
Yes, yes. You
Get grounded
ye-
and
yes,
recover,
it's-
like,
that's part.
get rid of some
training.
stress, right?
Yeah, that's part of like doing the training.
Mm-mm.
That's part of it too. The before and after, preparing yourself. Like, there's our classes in Pasadena, like Monday nights. I know they're pretty hardcore classes. Friday nights are pretty good classes too. So
Good level guys, right?
good level
Tough
guys.
yeah.
They're gonna push you, right? So okay, so those days, the night before, maybe you shouldn't be drinking a beer. Maybe you should go to sleep at a decent hour.
Be aware of what you need to be your best, right?
Yeah, yeah. You prepare yourself for that day, that time. You're not gonna train like that every day, obviously, but those days that
Yeah.
you take care of yourself a little bit
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Prepare for that.
I was just thinking about the Pasadena. I don't know if you know, like it was always only a martial art gym, right?
Yes, it was like a karate studio.
Right, it was built just for that.
I know Akko went there, right?
Yeah, he got his karate
professor.
black belt
Yeah,
there.
Yeah. So
The Tony Tulunaris.
that location that is so important, right? It's so important because it has a lot of history.
Yeah.
Not only our history there, but before us.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool to have that building. It's been a martial schools for a long time, and it still is. It might have changed.
It's only ever
names.
been a martial arts
It's
gym.
only been, yeah.
It was
yeah.
built specifically for that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, the Tony Tulunaris, he was like a top karate guy in the world, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, he'd be
Yeah.
like, he fought Chuck Norris. Not that was his big accomplishment, but yeah, like they have these Chuck Norris memes,
Yes.
right? So
Yes,
he
yes,
beat him
yes.
every time he fought him, like legit top of
Yes.
the food chain
Yeah,
guy, right?
yeah. So it's
Fighting in Japan back in the 70s or whenever that was, early 70s.
so yeah. Pasadena is that's why it holds a very good place in my heart, right? Like,
Yeah, me too. Same here.
yeah,
You know how
and
I got
told-
involved?
Yeah,
how I
you told me. Yeah, so I'm like, yes.
used to train at the Gold's Gym.
Uh-huh.
We was Gold's Gym. Now they changed it to Speakeasy, right?
Yes,
On
yes.
Altadena in Colorado.
Colorado, yes.
Yeah, and then I was like, "What's this?" I was just walking actually with my son. He was like a baby still,
Mhm.
barely walking, and I was like, "What's this?" It said like martial arts, sauna, and weights, and it was vacated.
Mhm.
And so I called the guy just randomly,
Yes.
and then he gave me a tour, and I was like, "Oh, this is crazy, this place."
Huh?
And yeah, it was like the guy's Tom. I guess Tom. His name was Tom. He passed away.
Wow.
He was Tony's black belt, And
Yes.
so I was just there.
And then you
Doing
just
nothing.
pass by and you say,
Yeah. And so I told Orlando Sanchez at the time we were at the City of Tong,
yes.
and we were teaching in the back. I was like, "Hey man, if we can get like 30 students, I'll sign the lease,
Yes.
And so we started a thing, and then we did it, and and I signed the lease.
Yes.
And yeah,
That's
built
so
it,
cool.
and yeah, like Akko and a bunch of the guys, because they were going all the way to Encino to come train with me.
Yes. Yes.
Orlando Sanchez, like Akko. Who else was there at the time? Um, like just a bunch of guys, right? A bunch of
Yes.
guys would come over. And I wasn't sure. Well, even I was teaching jiu-jitsu there at random time, like at 10 a.m. class,
Uh-huh.
right? Not even at that gym, but before that, at Tong,
Yes.
because Crew Walter asked me to teach at like a nogi class,
Yes.
like once a week at 10 a.m. And then it went twice a week, 10 a.m. And then 3 times a week, 10 a.m. And I did it for free. I was like fighting in the
Wow.
UFC at the time already,
Yes.
you know, and because he knew who I was, whatever. And I love jiu-jitsu, so I said, yes, of course.
Yes.
And then and I wasn't sure if I was going to do another school. And about maybe 6-7 months in, I took the guys to a tournament, and 5 out of the 6 guys got a gold medal. And I was like, all right, you know, like I guess I have to do this again.
Yeah.
And that's how it started, you know. But there was some like legit like good guys, man, you know, out of
Yes.
that little group.
Yeah.
You know,
So Irakli was, would you at
Irakli came in. He was one of
came
the first
after?
students of Legacy Pasadena,
Oh, okay.
and actually was still a Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then Carlos Gracie Jr., Master Carlos, asked me, you know, because we always represented Gracie Baja, but he asked me to, because they're doing like the franchise thing,
Yes.
to make it a Gracie Baja. And once he asked me, I was like, yeah, of course, sir. You know, whatever
Yes,
you did.
yes.
My wife wasn't happy about it, but I just changed it over. I was like, okay, it's a Gracie Baja.
Yeah. I remember that you were like Legacy was Legacy, and then Gracie
Yeah, it was Legacy
Baja,
Pasadena. Yeah.
and now you
And then it's so funny, right? But you know, I always felt like me and Akko and a whole bunch of the guys, the old school Pasadena guys,
yes,
we always felt like it was our gym, you know, because it was like our home.
yes.
I used to sleep there sometimes, and we
Yes.
did some hard training there
yeah,
for a lot of years.
Yeah,
And then the landlord came in here to Burbank. He's like, hey, would you be interested in the going to the Pasadena school? Because he had actually just works down the street from here, like on Magnolia.
so he's like, let me pass by and
Yeah,
and see what he
because
thinks.
I wasn't interested in doing any, you know, I'm good. I just want to simplify everything.
Yes,
And then I went to go talk to him for like, you know, a few minutes. Ended up talking to him for like a couple hours. And I was like, all right, I got to go back.
yeah.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. Yes, it was meant to be. That it was vacated like that.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
They knew you. They knew
Yeah.
they knew that you might be
Yeah,
interested.
we did a lot of amazing work, great work, you know, like in the community.
Yes,
We had an amazing kids program, adult program. Like we were like just good times, good
yes,
times.
Yes,
You know, we got a lot of black belts. They came from that spot. There's so much love in my heart for that
Yes.
just that location, the space, you know,
yeah.
the big
So-
old sauna and showers
Yes,
and
yeah.
like one of the best like locker rooms for, you know, just like built for that.
Yeah, yeah. So we love it there. We're dedicated to the school. We have awesome professors.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we have a full schedule of
Yeah,
classes.
yeah.
Our students are doing great. You know,
Yeah.
they're all advancing through the belts. Just little by little. Now that we're back, that you're back in Pasadena with legacies, just cool to see. You know,
Yeah.
and for me to be part of it is like it's such a pleasure. You know, and an honor to me to be here, sitting here, talking to you, and be there. You know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. It
Thank
means
you.
a lot. It
Yeah,
means a lot.
honor's mine, man. Thank you.
Yes.
You know, got to spend some time talking before, and just happened organically, right?
Yes, yes.
All
yes.
the pieces falling in line. So
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I do want to mention if I can have the time to
course.
mention a few people. I'm gonna go to a funeral this weekend. This coming up from a brother, a jiu-jitsu brother actually. You know, I owe my belt, my black belt, to a lot of people. People that took time to give me a chance, just like you did, giving me a chance to teach, right? I think I owe my black belt to several people. And this brother that passed away, he will pick me up from my house and take me to the school. And I owe him my black belt. He was a great person. I don't know what was going through his mind. I don't know if the world was just overwhelming to him, but now that he's found peace, we're gonna miss him, and I hope that he is at rest and peaceful now, and that's that. I just wanna say thank you to him. Yeah.
He used to pick you up.
He used to pick me up. I owe it to several friends. I used to ride my bike to training. I didn't have a car. I'm a late bloomer. I didn't drive till I was past 28. I started driving really late. So I would ride my bike for a couple of miles, right, to the studio to train. And then after class, ride my bike back. So they knew that. So a few of them, he was one of them. He will pick me up from my house. Let's go train, go train, bring me back. Maybe take me to get something to eat on my way back, So I had people that did that for me. And I owe them. I'm a black belt because of them. Because they spent that little bit. They didn't have to do it, but they did it. And I'm really appreciative of all of them.
How important is how important is having a friend or somebody that like even checks in with you? How's it going? How's the training going? You have some laughs with, you have some good times with.
Yes, it's the most important thing. I mean, from all your guests, when you ask them what jiu-jitsu is giving you, right? It's all of them say friendship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, friendship. Having that friendship, and jiu-jitsu give us the friendship. Like, they're always calling to see, hey, what's up, man? Let's go over there. Let's go watch a fight. Let's go do this. Let's go work out,
Yeah.
So, it's the most important, one of the best things that jiu-jitsu gives you a lot of things, but that's probably one of the top ones, number one, right? If not, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we ask Hoist Gracie and all these guys.
Yes.
What is it? And it's the friendships, the relationships.
The relationship, yeah. We use, and they're all over the place. That relationship that we create through jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. We go train, like when we go to Vegas, we hit up a gym, and they're like, "Yeah, come in, come back, please."
Like lineage, where they come from, where the teachers are.
Rarely I had. Out of all the schools I ever been to, I have never had a really bad experience myself, bad once, and it wasn't really that bad, But most schools, they're like very.
What was the
open.
bad experience? You don't have to give the name. Just what happened?
Telling me that I didn't know how to hip skate. I was a purple belt, and I don't know how to hip skate. Wait a minute, what? I didn't. Oh, that's not how we teach at this school.
They didn't correct praise. They didn't.
I must have been doing something wrong, and then I came back and I shared it, and my friends were like clowning me, like, you don't know how to hip skate. I'm like, yeah, I do know how to hip skate. Even my professors say, Jose knows how to hip skate. It's just like maybe they don't know, that there's different ways of hip skating, but it was something so minor, like
yeah.
But I was like,
it didn't make me feel good when he came the way he came out, because he didn't really know you, right?
Yeah, and like
he was talking to you like that.
Yeah, he was like, wait, what? What are you talking about, man? I know how to hip skate.
Yeah.
Maybe not to your liking, but I know how to hip skate for sure. I've been doing it for several years. At that point, I was already a purple belt.
Oh, you have a good teacher too, right?
And I have, yes, I know I have a good teacher because he
wouldn't let you.
He will never. That's one of the things, right? My teacher, I know that he made me earn everything I got.
Especially in those days,
Yeah, he put me through the ringer. So I knew that I knew how to do that, And my teacher was, I come from a teacher, and I'm a little bit like that too, like very specific. Like follow ABC, I'm not so much of a like free, like do whatever you want.
Systematic,
Yeah. I like that, I like the structure. So I know he was very structured, like that. This is how you do it. Bam, 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 bam. Don't try to like think that you can do it better or whatever. You just do it like that, just listen to me, okay, and then you'll do it. So I knew, like, wait a minute. So it took me a little bit, like, okay, I'm not gonna go back to that school. It's cool. I can go to other schools. So I went to another school. I'm like, okay, you're bad. I love training. I know I'm welcome to many different schools, and I have several friends. So I'm like, I just gotta go to a different school.
Somebody coming out, starting out, what do you recommend for them to find the right school for them?
Well, there's so many schools to choose from nowadays.
Right.
There's so many, but what I will say to anybody that wants to try, like, go to the school, hang out there for more than a day. More than a day. Don't just do one trial class and
Take
say
your
this
time.
is. Take your time. Just okay. Try it. See if it's the right fit for you. Let's be honest here. Not everybody's gonna fit in the same place. Not everybody's gonna be able to fit in Legacy per se, right? We're hoping that you come here and you are a person that will fit with what we're doing here. But I will say to you that if you don't fit here, there's another school that you might fit,
For sure.
and vice versa, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're in another school and you don't feel like that's the right school for you, there's other schools. There's other schools that you're gonna be able to fit in and grow. Don't stop your, because we're not like back in the day that crew onche and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
don't
stop your
sell
journey.
out,
Because
yeah.
you believe in this way of life. You believe in jiu-jitsu.
If you don't feel like, if people are putting you down in your school, like trying to like down,
Put you down,
put
yeah.
you down, like,
Yeah.
move on,
Yeah,
move on.
yeah.
There's other schools that you will feel more comfortable and it will help you grow more, But
Help you be your best.
be your best, yeah, yeah.
Gi or no gi?
Gi, yeah, old school gi. I love gi. I love no gi, and Pasadena, we've been training a lot of no gi.
A lot of no gi, yeah. A lot of no gi
Our
classes.
best classes are no gi. Most number of students no gi. I love no gi, but I'm a gi guy. For
What do you
sure.
love about the gi?
Because
You used to fight MMA. You did all those, did MMA for all these years.
the gi is a tool. A tool. To me, it's a tool to slow down a person, to control the person, to submit the person. So it gives you a tool
To improve your technique, right?
Yes,
Because you
yes,
can't just muscle things or
no.
maybe use your athleticism. You have to
Yeah,
really learn the
use,
proper technique.
you can use friction with the gi. There's a lot of friction. You can use that to your advantage. So I love the gi. I love the gi. I'm open for no gi, and yeah, I think everybody's like ADCC is becoming more popular nowadays. So like
ADCC, yeah.
ADCC is like the king of the sport right now,
Yeah.
more than Worlds.
Yeah.
But I still love Worlds. I'm like, I'm watching the fights.
Yeah.
If you see Mika, you just compete with the gi on and what he's doing with
Yeah.
the way
Those are the styles, right? Like Mika Galvão and Rotuli brothers.
the Rotolo brothers.
They're gi and no gi.
They're
They're
very-
both. They're
yeah.
they're gi and no gi, and I think that's the complete style. Like Marcelo Garcia as well, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
like somebody that's jiu-jitsu, right? Gi
Yes.
and no gi.
Yeah.
At least for me, if, you should know how to do both.
Yes. I have friends that do only no gi,
Mm-hmm.
and they're great people. Like,
They're not bad people.
they're not bad people, but they just prefer no gi.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
just
yeah.
prefer
It's all
no
good.
gi.
It's all
And
good.
that's good for
Yeah.
for them. But I'm a gi guy. I love gi. I love use the way that it makes you feel.
Yeah,
You feel
yeah.
like you have like your uniform on. It's clean. It's good. You're like there.
I think it's good to have options too, right? Like I remember, like some of my students, like they got older, or their gripping, their hands didn't work as well, So it was nice because they had options. They didn't have to just do gi all the time. They could do no gi, and vice versa. Maybe they don't want to be as fast or move as much, or like because you're slippery, right?
Yes.
And so they could have the option to do gi, right, instead of
Yes.
just no gi. and even like skin stuff, right? Like, you know, it's body contact, and so
Yes.
gi is a lot cleaner and a lot like you get a lot less skin things, right, as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
That's why, hey, if you're listening, you know, wipe yourself down, clean yourself up right away, no
Yes,
matter what,
yes.
gi or no gi for yourself and others, right?
Yes.
But yeah, it's good to have options, right, in all the
Yes.
different ways of training jiu-jitsu.
Yes. Yes.
So you can keep going, and you're always learning because things are going to be a little bit different without the grips, certain grips, right? Without the gi or the same other way, or with the gi,
Yes.
your controls are going to be different.
You know, people that are always gripping, I have like jiu-jitsu hands myself, right? Like from over gripping.
Yeah.
Sometimes we hold on things that are hurting us, you
Yeah.
know, which are the grips sometimes. So we can do some gi moves without gripping, you know,
Yeah.
cupping, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
is I'm happy that I learned that. I still like gripping.
Yeah.
I love that control of the grips, you know. So yeah, but
Yeah.
but we can always change to cups, like cupping, you know, instead of gripping, so it doesn't hurt our hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Depending on
Yeah.
depends on the type of guard, the
Yes.
type of things that you do with the gi, right? Too.
Yes.
So that's why it's good too, right? To have different styles, different different techniques, not just do the same technique at year after year after year, but evolve your game, right? Maybe instead of
Yes.
just doing spider guard, you do butterfly guard or whatever, different guards
Yes.
to save your body, right?
Yes.
Not overuse your body in
Yes.
certain ways.
Yes. I was thinking about the like when I came up, like how much from where I came out. I'm sure how much it changed from when you used to train, like when you back in Brazil. Like how hard it was it, and how hard is it now?
You're asking me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like it was a different time, right? Like in the 90s,
Yes.
because it reminds me a little bit of wrestling now, because only the strong survived,
Yes.
right? If you were like not so tough or good, you wouldn't be able to hang. I mean, you could not be good, but then you had to be tough,
Yes.
and so only the strong
Yes.
survived. So to become a black belt was crazy. Like you would that's like God, right? If you're a black belt.
Yeah.
But I didn't think about the belts or anything. It's just like showing up, and of course the friendships and stuff, and that
Yes.
keeps you in competing and stuff. But I think just things move a lot faster now, because now you have content online, you have live
Yes.
shows that you can watch, right? And even before in the gym, right? Like training websites, you can like learn techniques before it's even out at the tournament.
Yes.
So if you really want to learn, all the stuff is out there.
Yeah. So information is a
Yeah,
lot.
it's a lot faster.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe back in the day it would take like a year for this stuff to come around, but now it's like almost instant.
Yes. Yes.
Social media too, right? Social media, like spreading things.
Yeah. We were talking last night about like how it used to be, like because some of the students over in Pasadena, like the senior students are like already being at jiu-jitsu for like 8, almost 10, right?
Yeah.
Like they're brown belts already. So they're like, well, back in my other school, they used to be a lot harder, like, yeah, but, here at this school, we have to make grow them.
It's different. It's different time, right?
Yeah,
different
it's a
time.
different time,
Like back in the day too, you had to compete. Like everybody competed. In the
Everybody
gym.
competed, yeah.
And now it's a little bit different. In my gym, my original gym, that's how it was too. Like
Yes.
you competed, didn't matter. Like you had to compete.
Yeah.
Not just that. Like if you didn't get promoted, but just to be there.
Yes.
That's
yes.
where when I was young, I was
Yeah.
I had pushed everybody, and it was a good environment. Like I was the same. It was the same. Everybody wanted to have everybody grow and be good, right?
Yes.
But now it's like being a little bit older, and I think hopefully wiser, right? Like
Yes.
you want to help everybody be their best, right? Not just on the mats, but in life.
Yes.
And so like everybody is in different places in their life, but everybody can benefit from the training of jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
And so how do we find that balance, right? Because not everybody can commit to competing, to training intensely, right? And maybe that's not what you need to be your best, right, as well.
Yeah, not everybody's gonna be able to train every day.
Right. And so you want to have options, right? That's my mindset. Like you want to have options for everybody
Yeah,
because we're stronger together. The more people that are training, the
yeah,
more we're gonna be better.
yes. So I've been listening to a lot of books, right,
Mm-hmm.
of jujitsu, and I know that always the older generation, they always looked at us like we're softer, like we're like is jujitsu getting softer, right? Like no, it's becoming more available to other people,
Yeah, it's
not
more.
only
That's it.
fighters.
That's it. That's it. I think it's evolved, right? Things are much faster.
Mhm.
You have to really you have to be just the information is out there. We're in the information age, right?
Yes,
So all the
yes,
information it just moves much faster. So you really have to be present, right? And always be learning.
yes,
I mean, back in the day too, it's just things were much slower, and you had to really learn it from like the professor and your teacher and your teammates even, right? And you have to be connected like that. Now you can get a lot of stuff online, but you still need a team.
yes.
Without the team, it's not jujitsu.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying for people that are thinking about joining school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you, I say you'll find a home somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You have to fit somewhere. There's no way that you don't fit somewhere. There has to be a school that you're gonna be able to fit in with the crowd that they are.
Mm-hmm.
If you are not in that school, then you find yourself the school that is the right school for
Right,
you.
right, right.
Yeah, so it will help you grow a lot faster, or it will take that stress out of going to train too, because it could be stressful to go to a place that has a negative environment for you.
A negative environment. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
for sure. I think stress is good, but good stress, right?
Good stress. You want a good stress
that you're gonna
yes.
grow, that you're gonna grow,
Yes, yes,
right? That's different than a stress where people are putting you down or
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't feel good going there
Yes.
because of not good reasons, right?
Yes, I have friends
It's
that
not a good environment to train. And people are trying to hurt each other or whatever it is, you know.
yeah. I when some of my friends they say, oh, I train over here and I just don't like it. You know, like I, I don't want to tell you, man, but I kind of I do want to tell them like, bro, it's time to move on. You know, if you're not there, like, and it's not a good place for you. There's so many places to train, you know. Like it's not like back in the day that you
Yeah.
have a choice of two schools and that's
Yeah,
it. You know,
yeah.
pick one, you know, and that's it. That's the school. Or you have to drive all the way to Encino, right? Like
Yeah, yeah,
back in the day,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
had to drive far.
yeah, yeah.
Nowadays, there's a school in your area.
And how do you feel about this? You know, I feel like really I'm humbled, but people drive like far away. There's so
Yes.
many schools, but they drive from far away to come train here because they feel like it's
They
their
come from
school.
different countries. They come to when they come and visit here from
Yeah.
other countries. We
Yeah.
just have somebody from Canada come and visit. Oh, I came last year, and I
Yeah.
say I gotta go visit them back. You know,
Yeah,
that's a good sign that they feel good when they come. That they taking that we have a good impression on them, and they're like willing to go back. But
they want to
yes,
come back. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. When you see the worth on something like when you getting good training, when you getting good instruction, and we have many good instructors here. Uh, you'll drive like when I used to
Good
train myself.
environment too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You have a good environment. You know, you see the value on that, and anybody will like take that
It's worth
extra
it, yeah.
step
yeah.
to get it. You know. So yeah, we have that here, and we can see it on the mats uh, with how the students act, you know, during class. Like they're eager to be here. They looking forward to spending time on the mat, and sometimes they don't want to go home.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I used to spend many late nights in Pasadena back in the day because I would want to just stay there.
Yeah. So my wife is now like attending Pasadena a little more. Shout out to my wife.
Yeah, black belt.
A black belt professor Annie, 1 degree now. Now she's telling me we're at 1 degree now. I'm like, yeah, like not for long. I'm gonna get my other degree sooner than you.
You're
I'm
past
like,
due on
yeah.
your first one, yeah.
Yeah, I was past due on my first one. but now, my wife and I, we met on the mat. And we
Okay.
met before she started training jiu-jitsu.
Oh wow.
Yes.
There you go.
Before she started training jiu-jitsu, we met. And we spent the many years like just training. I moved to a different school, right? And she moved to another school as well.
Okay.
But we stay in contact, and then we eventually dated, and then got married. We've been married for 6 years. So
Amazing.
now that we're both black belts, that we've been training for more than 10 years, I'm almost 16 now, right? 16 years
16
training.
years, yeah.
Yeah, so it's different, like how we're like change as people, and now being married, a couple, both black belts, in a different school, not the original schools that we came out of, but in a different school. And now she goes to Pasadena with me. She even helped me with the kids class one day. I was like,
Nice.
wow, like from the person that she didn't even want to do it. Like, I don't want to do none of that. I'm not, don't sign me up for nothing. I'm just gonna do my class and that's it. Like even her, like she's getting more involved in the school. Like she's trying to be there more, and just it's pretty cool to see. Like even her, like
Sharing time, quality time
sharing
together.
time on the mat.
Doing a positive thing.
Yeah,
Making a difference
yes,
together.
Yeah, together. Yeah, like, and we had so many couples here in the Legacy, right? Like that are married, training together,
Yeah.
black belts too.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few black belt couples,
Yeah.
and that's pretty cool. We share that, that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Man, thank you for all you do. You guys as a person
Thank you.
and your dedication to jiu-jitsu, but just you as a person. I appreciate you.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm so thankful to have you on the mats with
Yes.
us and spreading that good energy and the right thing to the world, So appreciate you.
Yes. And by the way, my friend that passed, Derek Chan, he was a brown belt. He will be given a black belt on Saturday, posthumous black belt. Obviously, we're gonna miss him, but he made it to the black belt club. He dedicated to jiu-jitsu many years, and we're gonna miss him tremendously. His family, I know that they're just gonna miss him, and we will see to get each other again one day, hopefully. I'm sure that we will see each other again, and maybe we get some roles up there.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But thank you for having me.
Thank you, brother.
It was an honor.
Honor's
Always.
mine. Honor's
Thank
mine.
you. Thank you. Thank you.